Hey guys, and welcome to episode 11 of the From the Island series. So in this episode we are about 2 days into our first bond and moving on with our flips. As you can see, we've changed it up a bit from the last episode. The Dragon Canes I've just all bought, so we're going to put them back in for the margin which we found in the last episode, so hopefully they'll be able to get a 100k flip. The rest of the items, the Black Canes, haven't sold as quickly as what I was hoping. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to take them out and drop them down, and hopefully they can move quicker. Rest of the items, the Black Dragon Masks are buying slowly, and they did work quite well in the previous episode. So we're going to keep buying them, and apart from that, just keep the rest of the offers going. If offers are being a bit slow to buy and sell, what I'm currently doing is just adjusting the price, either by a lot or a little, or just rechecking the margin. If the item has a 8 flip margin, I will normally just retest it, because then I can still flip with 7 items. If it is a 4 item flip, such as the Highwayman Mask or the Black Beret, I will just simply adjust the price, maybe look at GE Tracker, but because these clue items aren't traded as often, sometimes the accurate price isn't on there. So apart from that, we're getting close to 2 mil total value, which compared to us being at 900k 2 episodes ago is massive. So we're just going to let these items buy, see what comes through, and I'll update you with what is sold and what is bought. So the Black Cav really wasn't working, so I'm going to try and find another item to flip. So we're going to go for a Bandos Cloak. The main reason for this is it's got an 8 buy limit. It's not really a high value item, so we can go for the full limit. And a Bandos Cloak, similar to the Black Dragon Mask, is a Master Clue item, so there is some form of demand. So we're going to put the offer in there. I think it was working out to be roughly 10k per flip, but we'll put the buy offers in, see if they do come in, and I'll let you know if all the items buy and if we do actually sell them. So I've taken out the Black Beret and the Highwayman Mask. Although one of each did buy, they were buying quite slow. The offer was in for roughly about a day and only one of each had bought. So rather than just sit there and waste time of my bond waiting for them to buy, I'm going to try and find other items which can flip quicker. I don't know if you saw, but we did try a Robe of Darkness which only had a 6k margin, so we're going to try and find something a bit better than that. If not, we can use the Robe of Darkness because it does have a buy margin of 70 items, so even if it does have a low margin per item, you can get up a decent flip with the amount you can flip. As well, we put in an offer for the Monk's Robe top. You know how well that worked for us previously, so hopefully we can get some form of margin similar to what we did before, and we'll go with that. So the robe skirt is from level 2 clues, I believe, and basically it's a prayer armor. It's used a lot for pures, for Slayer, and sometimes for PKM. And it's basically got a bit more demand than the other items we have at the minute, so we're actually going to go in and try and buy one. It's got about a 17k flip margin, which will completely outperform anything else we have. So we'll leave that in, see if it buys, and we can try and push for some more if we can. Right guys, so I have realised that if I just amend the Bandos Cloak offer in, we'll be able to put in one more. I'm just trying to, while this flip is here and the margin of 17k is there, we'll just go for it while we can. So we're going to put in 3. And then what I'll do then is these Black Beret and Highwayman Masks I did buy, I can put them into sell just to free up a bit more funds, and then we can go in for the Bandos Cloak afterwards. These robe legs will outperform the Bandos Cloaks, so rather than have that money tied up in them, we're just going to simply chuck them in, go all in for the Sarah robe legs and see what happens. So the Black Beret actually sold for higher than what we were planning to. That's probably why we were struggling to buy it for so long, and that's why you should always check your margins. Sometimes people just overpay what you are by a little bit, but that means they take priority in the buy and sell of the offers. So that's gone. Hopefully the Highwayman Mask goes just as quick, and the money we can get from them too, we can put in for those Bandos Cloak. Until then, just waiting for everything else to sell, and we'll come back and update you on how it's going. So logging in, we have some sells and some buys. The Sarah robe legs have sold. And we have finally got rid of the 50 metaphite purple tops, which we were keeping in the invo for a couple of days. They were just taking up space, and they were actually worth about 50k, so we've got rid of them just to free up some funds for some cloak. The padded wigs have all bought. We're going to put them into sell again. We'll roughly double our money from what we invested. we started with just 4 of them, and now we've managed to build our way up to 20. Those are the Menify tops going. The Dragon Canes managed to go eventually, along with the Black Canes. Those Black Canes did have a big margin, but they did take quite a long time to sell. Depending on how well they sell this time, is whether we'll keep going with them. So we're going to go and try 12 this time, just to see how well they do go. And if they don't, hopefully I've got a few new items by that point to where we can take them out and try something different. Other items which have sold, the Monk's robe top has bought. Sarah robes sold. That was roughly about 30 to 40k profit between the two, so we're going to go and try them again. Hopefully the Monk's robes are just as good as when we used to do them, and we can get a quick turnaround on them. We'll put some more offers in to buy Sarah robe legs. So for the last 2 items for the GE slots, we're just going to have a quick look on what else we can do. The beret and highwayman masks were good while we did them, so I think with the 420k we've got left, we are actually going to pick up some black berets. Just going to check the margin because it does change, and especially because we're going to put in an offer a bit more than the buy limit, it's going to be buying over time, so I want to make something which will pick up items. So the margin is roughly about 10k, which is good enough for us for the time being. So we're going to put the offer in for the berets. There's going to be 6 of them we're going to try and buy. And with the remaining cash, we will try and find something else worthwhile to pick up. At the minute, I am leaning towards possibly trying some more robe legs, maybe in a different god, because they've got quite an 8 buy limit, and they do seem to have a decent margin, and they do seem to be quite low volume. So we're going to have a quick look through them, see what's worth it. I did try this armor leg, and it didn't buy for 150, and that's about 40k over their limit. So I'm just going to have a quick look and come back. So we have taken out the rest of the buy offers for the sleeping hat and the black dragon mask. And with that extra cash, we'll be able to put in a bigger offer for some robe legs. And we are going to pick up some Guthix robe leg. All we are going to do here is just quickly check the margin and check how much this one will be making. If this is not as good, we can always go through any of the other 6 and just see which one is the best at the time. But we've picked it up for 135k, and we're just going to try and sell it now, and it comes through for 101k. So 30k margin for an item we can flip 7 times in its buy limit is really good. So all we're going to do now is just chuck in that offer and go for 7 and see what comes through of it. Depending how well the Guthix and Sorrow ones go into the next episode, it might be a case where we start picking up other versions and other gods, because flipping 8 of these items at once gives us a much better sort of margin and range of profit compared to the other items we're doing. And one thing I have noticed with the items we've set with from the get-go is a lot of them don't have massive demand. So that could be the case on why we are struggling to sell and buy items at a quicker pace. So moving into the robe items which do have more demand can mean we can flip quicker and make more profit. So that's the offer in. We are currently sat on 2.3 mil, which is still a profit, and we are still moving forward from the last episode. And hopefully by the next episode we have a lot of items sold. We can see how all those robe legs did, and we'll keep on making more money in the next episode. So this will be the end of this episode. If there is any comments or anything you'd like to raise, please put it down and I'll go through them, and I'll always reply to any comments I get. And if you enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe. So thanks guys, we'll see you in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed.